Hi guys. All right, so for reading this week, we are going to be reviewing how to retell fiction stories. So this is something that we've talked about before in first grade, so this will be a review, but I wanted to make a little video just to kind of talk about what we had talked about so far in first grade and kind of refresh your memory. So it's important to remember that when we're retelling fiction stories, that we know that every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I created our little roller coaster chart. A lot of you might recognize this chart from your classroom, but when we think about retelling fiction and we think about a story, we can kind of think about it like a roller coaster. So down here at the bottom of the hill is the beginning, okay? And at the beginning of the story, that's when the story is just getting started and you're just getting introduced to the characters in the story and who those characters are. So as you're starting up, you're just going up this hill slowly but surely. And by the time you get to the middle of your story, in the top of the hill, that is when you are going to have the problem in your story. So something is going to go wrong in your story, and the characters are going to have to decide or figure out how they are going to overcome that problem. And so that's kind of the exciting part of our story. So that's why we kind of put it up here at the top of the hill on our roller coaster, because when we get to the top of the hill on a roller coaster, it's always really exciting as you're about to go down that hill. So as we go down the hill and as you keep reading through your story, you eventually are going to get to the end of your story. And by the end of your story, that is when your characters are going to figure out how they're going to solve the problem. And that is called the solution. So, something goes wrong and the characters have to figure out what are they going to do to fix it, or what are they going to do to solve that problem. So it's really important this week when you are writing about the beginning, the middle, and the end of the books that you listen to, remember that when you write about the middle, that you are talking about what the problem in your story is. And when you are talking about the middle or the end, you are talking about that solution. Those are really important parts of our fiction stories that we don't want to forget to include in our retell. All right, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Thanks, guys.